In the Studio With is a long-distance traveler presentation and is filmed at Conrad Photography in Lawrencetown, Nova Scotia. Welcome back to another episode of In the Studio With. Today we're going to take a look at this old Silvertone hard body electric with the spring-loaded whammy bar. 60s or 50s coolness at its best. Alright, so there's no real guitar players around here today, so I'm going to have to do this one myself. So this guitar was purchased back, I'm guessing late 50s, early 60s by an older gentleman down around Liverpool, Bridgewater area of Nova Scotia. And I don't think he played it much. There's not much wear on it at all. And sadly then he passed away and it went to his son. His son did not play, so it went in a closet. At some point the son was doing a cleanup, came across the guitar, put it online. I seen it. I thought, man, I would love to try out one of those old hard body electrics that you seen when you were a kid. So I told him I would take it, but he was way down the shore, so I set up a series of friends and I told the guy that was going to meet with him, and I told him, if it looks attacked, don't even make an offer, just give him his money, it's all cool. And then the guitar made its way through friends back to Halifax, and I was able to get the guitar. It needed some cleaning, some adjustments, and some new strings, of course. I think it had been sitting for a long time, but in the end, plays awesome. And these old single coil pickups have a sound that only those old kind of pickups have. Good action. The neck is it's a little thicker, but it's still comfortable. I'm used to typically a little bit thin, wide style necks. I'm a kind of a PRS guy, but even though this is a little thicker, it's still very comfortable, very easy to play. Two switches, basically just a switch for each pickup, simply on and off, and then you have two volumes and a tone, and your spring-loaded whammy. These guitars are pretty light. The bodies are kind of small if you're used to playing like a 335 or 175 or something like that. The truss rod sits right out at the end here on the pickup side of things as opposed to the head side, and it has holes in the side so that if you do need to adjust the neck, that you can stick anything at all for adjusting in it this way and just crank it a little bit one way or the other without having to get actually into the end of the truss rod, so that's convenient. These old single coil pickups have their own sound. They're pretty cool, and you really won't find that sound in anything else, and you can probably say that about a whole lot of guitars, but once again, a different sound, different effect. So that's just the lead pickup. This is just the rhythm pickup. It's got some nice tones about it. They're pretty sturdy guitars, you know. I mean, they're this old and they're still players. So all switches off, everything's off. Lead, tone full. Rhythm on and lead off. Both pickups on. You can get lots of cool tones out of these old guitars. And they kind of have a flavor and style all to their own. This one's in great shape except for the age cracks in the finish, which is pretty typical of these older guitars. That's a lead pickup. Rhythm. Lead pickup only. Rhythm pickup only. Both. So the rhythm pickup. That's a nice sound. This is probably original gear, and there isn't any static in the pots. They don't build them like they used to. I hope you're enjoying this video series, and if you'd like to show some support, just add a Long Distance Traveler song to your playlist on whatever music platform you use, and that would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for tuning in, and here comes the next episode of In the Studio With.